Imagine standing in a frostbitten field in 12th century England. The air sharp with the bite of winter, your boots sinking into the muddy earth. Around you, the skeletal remains of harvested crops sway in the wind. But beneath the soil lies a hidden treasure, a slender, pale root, sweeter than honey, that could mean the difference between starvation and survival. This is skirret, a vegetable so vital to medieval life that it was cherished by peasants and kings alike, yet today it's a ghost, forgotten by modern tables. As a historian and storyteller, I invite you to join me on a journey through the lost harvests of the Middle Ages to unearth 15 vegetables that once sustained empires, flavored feasts, and defied the harshest winters. These are not just plants, they are stories of resilience, ingenuity, and a deep bond with the land. Let's begin with skirret, the root that could outshine any modern superfood. Skirret, or cicerum, was the unsung hero of the medieval diet. Picture a peasant farmer, his hands rough from years of toil, planting a single skirret root in a corner of his field. Unlike the finicky carrots we know today, skirret asked for nothing, no pampering, no rich soil. Once planted, it multiplied beneath the earth, its roots spreading like veins of gold, each one a promise of sustenance. By harvest time, a single plant could yield dozens of slim, white tubers, each one a small miracle in a world where hunger was a constant shadow. The taste was what made skirret truly extraordinary. Sweeter than carrots or parsnips, with a delicate, almost floral note, it transformed the simplest meals into something memorable. In humble cottages, cooks roasted skirret over open fires, the caramelized edges filling the air with a warm, sugary aroma. In grand halls, it graced noble tables alongside venison and spiced wine. A mark of sophistication. Chronicles from the 13th century tell us King Henry III demanded skirret in his royal gardens, a testament to its allure. But skirret's true power lay in its resilience. In an era when winters could stretch for months, when fields lay barren under blankets of snow, skirret was a lifeline. Its roots, buried deep, laughed at frost, ready to be dug up when other crops failed. During the Great Famine of 13,151,317, when relentless rains drowned Europe's harvests, skirret kept villages alive. Peasants would brave the cold, their hands trembling, to unearth these roots, each one a small victory against despair. Medieval cooks treated skirret like a culinary chameleon, roasted, boiled, mashed into pies, or dried into a flour substitute for lean times. Monks baked it into breads, balancing the austerity of their meals with its sweetness. Even the leaves found their way into salads or teas, believed to soothe the stomach. Skirret was the medieval potato, a staple that predated the New World's gift by centuries. Yet it vanished as agriculture turned to faster-growing, larger crops like carrots and potatoes. By the 19th century, skirret had faded into obscurity, its legacy buried in dusty herbals and the memories of rural folk. As we leave the quiet fields of skirret behind, we step onto a windswept cliff where the sea roars below, and a new plant catches the eye. Its bright yellow flowers dance in the salty breeze, its sturdy stems defying the elements. This is Alexander's, a vegetable with the audacity of a weed and the flavor of a delicacy. A plant that medieval farmers embraced for its wild spirit. Brought to Britain by the Romans, Alexander's, or Smyrnium olusatrum, spread across the countryside with the tenacity of a conqueror. It didn't wait for a farmer's invitation. It sprouted in poor soils, along roadsides, and on cliffs, thriving where others faltered. To medieval peasants, it was a gift from the earth, requiring no labor yet offering endless rewards. Every part was edible: stems, leaves, flowers, roots, and seeds. Young shoots, crisp and celery-like, were snapped up in spring for salads or snacks. Leaves, with their parsley-celery hybrid flavor, deepened the taste of soups and stews. Flowers added color and spice to salads, while ground seeds stood in for costly pepper. The roots, unearthed in autumn, were roasted or boiled, their earthy sweetness a comfort in winter. Alexander's yellow blooms drew bees, boosting nearby crops, and in coastal villages, where arable land was scarce, it was a godsend, providing fresh greens in harsh environments. Medieval texts call it the freelance vegetable, showing up uninvited but indispensable. Yet, by the 1700s, celery, with its uniform stalks and commercial appeal, pushed Alexander's aside. Today, it grows wild, unnoticed by those who pass its vibrant flowers. In the same gardens where Alexander's ran free, another plant held court with quiet dignity. Good King Henry, Archenopodium bonus henricus. Its name, cloaked in mystery, might honor a forgotten king or simply reflect its regal reliability. A perennial that returned year after year. It needed little care, sprouting like dust on a bookshelf. Its leaves, rich in iron and vitamin C, were a nutritional powerhouse, vital in spring when food was scarce. Young shoots were cooked like asparagus, mature leaves like spinach, and flower buds like tiny broccoli, making it a 3-in-1 marvel. Monks prized it for its simplicity, while healers used its leaves as poultices for wounds and its roots for digestive teas. Known as all good in some regions, Good King Henry fell from favor as commercial crops like spinach took over, its legacy fading into the margins of history. The garden path leads us now to a monastery at dawn, where a monk kneels in the soft light, unearthing a root that tastes of the sea. This is Salsify, or Tragopogon porifolius, a vegetable so peculiar it mimicked the flavor of oysters, a godsend during Lent when meat and fish were forbidden. Its dark skin hid a creamy white flesh, peeled carefully to reveal its gourmet heart. Alongside it grew scorzonera, or Scorzonera hispanica, a sweeter cousin with hints of asparagus and nuts, once believed to cure snake bites. Both were winter warriors, staying fresh in the ground through freezing months, ready to be dug up when needed. Medieval cooks roasted salsify into fritters, boiled scorzonera into sauces, or stored them in sand-filled cellars. Their longevity a shield against hunger. Monastery records from the 1400s praise salsify as a fasting staple, while scorzonera's teas were prescribed for digestion and blood health. Yet, their slow growth and odd appearance couldn't compete with modern crops, and they faded from fields. Nearby, a tree bears medlars, or Mespalus germanica, small, brown fruits that seem uninviting, hard and bitter when fresh. But medieval gardeners knew their secret. Bledding, a controlled rotting that turned the flesh into a sweet, cinnamon-like pulp. After weeks of waiting, medlars became tarts, jellies, and wines, their rich flavor a highlight of autumn feasts. Ripening late, they were a rare sweet treat in winter, stored for weeks to brighten dark days. Their open-bottomed shape earned crude nicknames, but their value was undeniable. Modern tastes, craving instant perfection, abandoned medlars for faster fruits, leaving them to history's shadows. We wander now to a bustling medieval village, where a tiny plant with delicate white flowers pushes through every crack in the earth. This is chickweed, or Stellaria media, a weed that peasants harvested as a superfood. Packed with 7 times the vitamin C of oranges, it was gathered year-round, its tender leaves tossed into salads or boiled like spinach. Noble households served it in winter, while healers used it for skin irritations and fevers. Welsh onions, or Allium fistulosum, grew nearby, their perennial clumps returning each year without replanting. From East Asia, they flavored soups and salads with their green shoots, surviving all but the harshest winters. Fat hen, or Chenopodium album, another wild green, outshone modern vegetables with its protein, iron, and calcium. Peasants ate its leaves, ground its seeds into flour, and fed it to chickens for richer eggs. Modern farming, with its herbicides and preference for uniform crops, declared war on these gifts, labeling them weeds. The scent of a medieval kitchen draws us closer, where a sprig of lovage, or Levisticum officinale, transforms a pot of soup into a masterpiece. Introduced by Romans, this herb's intense celery parsley flavor flavored everything: soups, meats, breads, even candied stems as sweets. Its medicinal oils soothed stomachs and kidneys, and its 20-year lifespan made it a garden staple. Corn salad, or Valerianella locusta, grew wild in grain fields. Its nutty leaves a winter lifeline rich in omega-3s and iron. Tansy, or Tanacetum vulgar, packed a spicy punch, flavoring puddings, cheeses, and ales, while preserving food and repelling pests. Sea kale, or Cramby maritima, thrived on salty coasts. its sweet shoots and leaves preventing scurvy with 6 times the vitamin C of lemons. These plants, once vital, faded as milder flavors and shelf-stable crops took over. As our journey ends, we stand in the fields of history, surrounded by the ghosts of these 15 vegetables: Skirret, Alexander's, Good King Henry, Salsify, Scorzonera, Medlars, chickweed, Welsh onions, fat hen, lovage, corn salad, tansy, sea kale, and more. They are not just relics but a call to rediscover the wisdom of our ancestors. In a world facing sustainability and nutrition challenges, these plants offer lessons in resilience and diversity. Let's plant their seeds, taste their flavors, and weave their stories into our future. If this journey through the forgotten harvests of the Middle Ages inspired you, drop a comment below. Tell me which vegetable you'd bring back. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more dives into history's hidden treasures. Let's keep these stories alive together.